Welcome back, family. Timo Hana here. I'm your host, Rich, and we're going to be covering the Cover Price Top 20 for today, June. What the hell is today? 2nd. Wow. June 2nd. We're almost halfway through this year already. I swear you, the older you get, the faster time goes. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like day to day, if you're working 8 hours, it feels like it's 12. If you're working 12 hours, it feels like it's 15. But then next thing you know, you're like, wait, what do you mean it's June? I thought it was February. You know, wait, it's 2025. I thought it was 2020. You lose track of months and years, but those hours, they continue to drag. And I think it's because your body is aching so dang much. Anyway, you don't want to hear this. You want to hear about comic books, right? All right. So we got 25 prices already checked in. Hello, how are you, sir? We're going to be looking at the Cover Price Top 20, which is top 10 plus 10 more runners up, which JP's Budget Collecting already does the CBSI list and the Comic Tom list, which I watch all the time. And I noticed that Cover Price has a hot list also. Nobody was doing it. So following his format to try to keep things consistent, I do that. But all respect goes to him. He is the OG, and I am just a shallow copy of the man. At the end, I'm also going to pick a banger, a boom and a bust book that I think is worth putting money into, or if I had to buy one, it would be the one that's has the best chance to go up. If not, then it's the one that will go down the least. And a bust, which I think is the one that will take the biggest hit over the next 6 months. Robin Monroe also checking in. Good evening, Rich and fellow coconuts. Big congrats on your win on Saturday for, oh my God, can you believe the books that were in that win? Rob, dude. I mean, just when I think I'm getting a good something old, something new box, that dude's pulling out Silver Age X-Men. I'm like, come on, man. And I mean, when he got to the first appearance of Talon, I'm like, wow. I've been hunting for that book. I wanted to get that book, especially not just to own, but to read. And that's like the third book in. I'm afraid to find out what the ones at the end are. We got Submariner. I'm like, oh, I mean, that's yeah. I mean, oh my God, great books. And some of those I have to decide because they're really, really cool. But by the same token, I want to pay it forward to the community. So I know something is going to wind up into something old, something new box. I think I'm keeping the Talon, or at least I'm going to read it. We'll see how it goes, but we'll see what happens with the rest of those books. Oh man, Rob's Fat Sex of Comics Only Slabs. Great giveaway box. And Rob, I asked you a question on Instagram. You never answered me back. But we'll be getting to it in this countdown. So I'm going to put you on the spot there. All right, let's just jump this right off the bat. Coming in at number 20. Yes, they were. We have Omega Man number 3. This is the first appearance of Lobo. And I'm surprised it took this long to hop on the top 20 list. But people know Superman's coming out, and they're filming the Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, whatever that's coming out next year. And I think people are kind of tentative. They want to find out, how good is Superman? Because if Superman is really good and the James Gunn universe looks like it's going to be good, then they'll go a little bit more all in. Also, if Fantastic Four is not as good, then people are going to start shifting to DC. I think that's going to help. But moreover, once set photos of, God, what's the guy's name? He played Aquaman and Fast and Furious. I can't remember his name, the actor. Anyway, once the set photos come out of him in Lobo costume, or if he's in one of the trailers of Superman, this book is going to shoot up. And one thing that's really, so what do we got as far as value? Values wise, we're not doing too bad here. 9.8 just sold a couple of days ago for $279. Fair market value is $284. Now, when first Jason Momoa, that's who it was. When it first broke that he was cast as Lobo, this book was up over 400. So it's come back to a reasonable-ish number for a 9.8. Still a little high on the 9.6. But you can negotiate yourself a decent deal here. Near mints are at 85. So this is not a bad book to get right now before the next wave of things driving the price up. Now, the fact that it's appearing on the hot list is going to remind everybody, oh my God, I got to get one. But just so everybody's aware, in case you miss one for the summer or whatever, I have been putting together a list of books, little collection of books here that I'm sending off to Comics Curing Cancer's auction in October. Okay. And when I was on Only Slabs, I showed Rob, and I'm committed to it. This 9.8 white page is going to, it's not a facsimile, it's a real one, is going in with my books to go to auction. So if you want to bid full price on a book for a first appearance of Lobo, instead of giving it to some stranger on eBay, you could give it to Comics Curing Cancer as a donation and have free shipping and a tax write-off and help kick cancer in the nets. So yeah, this is definitely one that you got to be looking for there. And let me put that scroll going on there as well. Boom. So yeah, and that's again, I donate books every year. A lot of people donate a lot of books, and I'm not even the biggest donor. There are people that put in some big books. Okay. Books that when they sell, they have a comma in them. Okay. And we're gonna break next year. Break the record next year. This year rather. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I got a bunch of books, and I'll be showing them before I send them off. And Rob always shows them on his channel also, and he starts getting ready. But if you ever have a chance to go to Heroes Con on the weekend of the 21st, 22nd, the 20th, the 22nd, I think that's what it is. Rob's Comics Curing Cancer has a booth there. So Rob is there, Chris is there, DJ Lynx is there. They're all there. Okay, so make sure that you get there. You can order T-shirts in advance. I got mine in today. They arrived in the mailbox for me and Mrs. Ohana. We're planning on being there, to help support. They got free lanyards for you guys. Come show your support. Let's just make everybody in the whole convention go, dude, what's this Comics Curing Cancer thing? We got to get involved. All right, so let's get back to the list here. Kenneth Bird is checking in from Virginia. How are you doing today, sir? So honestly, I think this is actually a decent time to look for this book. I think it's at a lower point that it's getting ready for its next spike. Dagger Cards checking in. Yo, yo, yo. If Superman is good, if there's if set photos leak, if there's an end credit scene that shows Lobo, this book is going to take off again. So this might be a decent time to start looking for one. Next up, we have New Mutants number 98, first appearance of Deadpool. And this is the regular, not the newsstand. Again, I had said when this book was hitting like 1,100, 1,200, that this is going to return back to a sub 900 number. And what was the last sale? $885 of a 9.8. It's because the hype has dropped off. People are looking for the next hot thing, and now dealers have to lower those prices to try to turn over inventory. Now, I think this may drop a little bit further because I think I saw one it was like $8.95 with free shipping on Elite 11 on Instagram, and it didn't sell right away. They might still even be available. So, I see near mints at $396. That's a bit high. If $318 is a fair market value, there got to be careful on some of the prices here that they may have gotten a newsstand near mint raw mixed up. But that is also 511. That's almost a month ago. 300 for the very fine, still holding steady. But the very recent sale yesterday, $885 for a 9.8. And I think again, that's a decent price, but I would be shooting for $850 within 2 months. And that would be a good time to get it because the next thing that Deadpool shows up in will again respike this book. So we're looking at that lull in it, and I think we're getting pretty dang close to it. Next up, we have another book that has entered a buy zone. Spawn, issue number 1, Todd McFarlane, the direct edition. This book, was not too long ago, but 2 months ago, 3 months ago, was hitting around 145, 150. Well, now we're hitting 113 for a 9.8 yesterday. It is very possible that some people are a little bit leery of what's going on in the stock market and tariffs and whatnot. So they're selling the collection to try to put money into the bank, or they're selling it as a preemptive just in case the economy tanks. certain key books like the Spawn, the Deadpool, they may go down, but they'll always have an upside again. Um, this is your chance if you want to try to take advantage of these kind of markets to buy. So it's a buyer's market. It actually has been for a while. But 113 for our first appearance of Spawn. No, not first appearance of Spawn. Sorry, first full appearance of Spawn in a comic book. It is issue number 1. It's a direct edition, not a newsstand or anything. 9.8. Yes, very, very highly printed, but still, it's one of those books that everybody wants to have in the collection. It should go side by side with your with your Venom number 1, Lethal Protector. Which, by the way, I do not have a 9.8 of that. I only have a 9.6. I do have the 9.8 of the Spawn, so guess what I got to be hunting for next? This is a good time to look for it, though. Night Fang. I didn't know exactly which way this was going to go, but I thought it had the potential to go up. And judging by the numbers here, I'd see it's going down. Well, near mints have actually gone up from 41 to 46. It's still not at double ratio. That's near mint plus. Near mint regular have gone down from 40 to 39. So it's in the same ballpark as what it was last week. Highest note, somebody paid, wow, $100. Ouch. I don't think it's ever going to be $100. I think it's actually probably has peaked. Again, I love the artwork on it. And the question was, how many copies of Nightwing number 126 did stores buy? And if they didn't buy 25, they didn't get this book. So they can't buy every single ratio variant. Some of the larger distributors can, of course, but most stores can't. So I thought that maybe the artistry looking as good as it did, first appearance of Captain Hollow, and the fact that stores probably be a limited print would have an opportunity to go up, but sales have not shown it going up. And if it hasn't moved up in the second week, it probably is going down in the third. Mark Spears Monsters number 1, the 5th print, Evil Dead homage 1 in 20 variant. Now, honestly, it's a great cover. It is, even though it's distressed, which I don't like, but it's too expensive. Near mint plus, well, here we go. Near mint 109 yesterday. 92 was several days ago, but $109, 113 on the 29th. So we're over $100. We're at 5 times ratio for a 1 in 20. I love Evil Dead. Okay. This is my boomstick, and it's a great cover. If it glowed in the dark, it would be absolutely fantastic. The eyes are amazing in this. But I know stores bought a ton of the 5th print of issue number 1, which means every store has got to have like 3, 4, 5 copies of this. I think there's just way too many of them on the market to merit this price. And I don't want to poo-poo anything with Mark Spears Monsters because they've really outperformed most expectations, especially since they've come out. But I'd love to have the book, but I'm not dumping $100 into a 1 in 20 of a 5th print. Not of this. I think in a few months, this is really going to come down. Ugh, how many other Mark Spears Monsters did we say was really going to come down and just kept going? All right. Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1 from the 2025 Fan Expo in Dallas. This is the White Virgin, limited to 555, which honestly is not that limited. Okay, and what the hell's going on with the back of his arm over here? Okay, I don't like this art. I don't like this at all. Sorry. All right. So this was only available at Fan Expo Dallas, limited to 555, which again is not really limited. They were probably selling it online on Whatnot and everything else. Near mint selling for 87. We got a couple other Fan Expo Dallas on here on this list. The Fan Expo and the Comic-Con books rarely ever hold value, and I think this is another one that will not. So just avoid it. And if you really like the book, which honestly, the way the artwork looks of his arms, I can't understand why. Wait till it's like $30 in 3-4 months. Next up, we have that stupid thing is still up here. The Fantastic Four issue number 5 facsimile, non-facsimile, the non-facsimile, the 1 in 25 with the bony fingers. Not even looking that good. I'm sorry, I don't like it. Is Ryan Brown's art, and again, I see a positive number here. It's still going up in value. 1 in 25 near mint now selling for $60. I think that's it's not as high. It was 66 on the 26th. Very fine selling for 24. We've had a few other of these non-facsimile ratio variants. They never hold value, even ones that are really drawn nicely. I don't think this is going to be one that is going to hold value. I think it's going to drop. Everything is a lot of love for Doom, but I got a feeling I'm just worried about what do you call it? Fantastic Four. I'm not getting good vibes about that film from the test screenings. All right, next up, we've got Mark Spears Monsters, issue number 4. This is the 1 in 25 Dr. Creepy. And again, the color palette that he chooses is great. I love it. But I do like the Evil Dead homage better. No, they don't. It looks okay. Yeah, I'm going to go back. I've been saying this since it came out. If you think about the metal, the thickness of the metal that has to form a glove that at least makes it strong, thick enough, strong enough that you're not going to, step on it and cause it to crush. It's not a tin can. Then what are his fingers like? The diameter of a pen? They're just too skinny and too long. That's what she said. No, anyway, they just proportionally they're not right, and I'm not crazy about the lower half of the mask. I've seen much better depictions of Doctor Doom. I mean, to be honest. Come on, let's pull up OG here. This is from 63, and this looks better. All right, let's get back on with the countdown. 1 in 25. Dr. Creepy from issue number 4. Excellent art. I am on the hunt for it. And the prices are not terrible. The near mint is ticked up a little bit from 29 to 31. Near mint plus 32. Oh, that's all the way back on the 21st. No real pre-sales to speak of. Last one was back in February. So it's still pretty much holding the same value, which is just over ratio. By issue number 3, stores were ordering these books. By issue number 4 and 5, they were ordering a ton. So I think there's more of these copies than there is going to be demand. So I expect this book to actually drop a little bit in price, but just the fact that it's really cool, or I don't think it's going to go below 20. All right, next up, we have Hellverine, issue number 5, the Alessandro Cappuccio Hell Hulk, first cover appearance of Hell Hulk. This is like the 3rd week on this list. And it just reminds me of Hellverine, which we didn't think was going to have legs, but this one is. It's showing it's trending upwards. Which is not bad, though. But if you look at the last sale of a near mint, which was yesterday, it was cover price, $6. 9.8 selling for 52, but that's back on the 18th. But the most recent sale is $6 of a near mint, which is cover price. So I don't know if I'm able to see the cover price in this. Now, cover price is 4, so it's still up 50% if you think about it. And this is a variant. So, I think 6 is a decent price for it. I wouldn't pay 10. Just me. Sorry. Has anybody here caught that book? And if so, did you pay a premium for it, or were you able to get it from the store or pre-ordered? Come on, inquiring minds want to know. All right, so let's hit number 11 on this list, and then we'll take our midway break. We have Exquisite Corpses, issue number 1. This is the Chuma Hill 2025 Fan Expo Dallas Beachside Hobbies Virgin, limited to 300, which is a lot less than the 555 I talked about before. And it's an interesting cover. I kind of like it. It's got some really good detail. It does have some it's artwork, but at the same time, it's a bit risque. Let's be honest. But proportions seem better than a different book that's on this list for Exquisite Corpses, and I'll point that one out when we get there. I kind of like this, but let's see what we got for the price. It's an what do you call it, Comic-Con or whatever variant, which don't last. We have $58 on the 31st, which was over the weekend. That rabbit's kind of disturbing. I don't see it holding that. I see more like 25, 30 in the long run. All right. So, you know what? Let's take a quick break, our little intermission in the middle, where I can say thank you to all the Patreon members and the extensive list of YouTube members that Rob keeps adding to. Hopefully, you guys, some of you guys here, grab one of those retaliatory free memberships that I sent up, only slabs. Shots fired. But anyway, the people that grabbed a hold of it, the names are going to appear on this list. As long as you remember you're supporting the channel, be really, really awesome. Don't forget those. The easiest way to support the channel is to click like and subscribe. That is the best way to tell YouTube, hey, show us to more people. So again, thank you to everybody that's helped support the channel, YouTube and Patreon members. YouTube members, of course, just click down below. Patreon, the link is in the description. And do not go anywhere. We will be right back after this brief intermission to say thank you. All right, we're going to be moving into the top 10 of this week, June 2nd, 2025, on the CovrPrice Top 20. All right, and starting right off, we have another one of the 2025 Fan Expo Dallas variants, another one of the Exquisite Corpses. This is the Ivan Tao, limited to 300. Yeah, this one I have a big problem with the proportions. If you look at, I'm sorry, I can't bend back like this. I mean, it's like it goes for 90 degrees. Come on, that spine just does not bend that way. Stretch Armstrong didn't bend like this. This is wrong. I don't like this proportion at all. Okay, goes from the back up. You can see the neck comes down, goes 90 degrees across. Not in a standing position. It doesn't work. You thought Dr. Doom's fingers were no good? This just does not work at all for me. All right. Now, this is limited to 300. This is another one of the last one was limited to 300. It was selling for 58. This one's limited to 300 and is selling, well, I saw a high price there of 100. Last recorded, it's a 9.8 for 120. Okay. Somebody pre-selling 9.8s at 120. 48 for Nearmint Plus today, 47 for Nearmint Regular, right about the same. So it's going for a little bit less than the other one, which just based on the artwork, I can understand that. But again, I don't think this is it's another Fan Expo book, limited to 300, which they all are. And what I usually try to do is let's just look at the cover A. And the cover A is still at $5. If this was a great story and selling out like crazy, cover A would be moving. It's not. So everybody's reacting to all these individual books, but the storyline itself, the interest is not overwhelmingly going up. This is what happens when people learn how to draw from comic books and have no sense of human anatomy. Okay. I was actually thinking this is what happens when people read comic books growing up and they don't have a girlfriend, and they don't know what human anatomy looks like. Okay. Uh, anyway, let's move on to number 9 on the list. We have another Mark Spears Monsters book. This is issue number 4 from the 2025 Fan Expo, limited to 200. And okay-ish. I mean, is this supposed to be Van Helsing? I don't know. I know it's Werewolf versus Dracula, but proportions again don't quite work. The artistry is not that great. It's just another book and I don't think, again, this is issue number 4. So let's look at issue number 4 here. What other books is it competing with here? 300 homage. Oh, the Black Cat. I love that Black Cat book. The Killing Joke, Pecos Bill. That actually is a really good cover too. You got the Dr. Creepy. There's a lot of better books in issue number 4 that this is going to compete with. So, do I think this is going to maintain $100? Hell no. You son of a... We have got to work out something different here. Rob's Fat Stacks is joining in, serving that sucker right back into my court with another 5 team Ohana memberships. Thank you very much, sir. Touche. I'll touche you into tushy. Just remember, I know where you're going to be in a couple of weeks, buddy. Ay. Get the new list started. No kidding. Oh, hey, Rob. I saw your post on Instagram about, hey, let's make sure that we get a chance to buy the T-shirts or gear or whatever. If you're going to have a chance to get the Heroes Con, if you think you can, even if you don't think you can, just still you want to get a T-shirt. But if you can get to Heroes Con, make sure you get those 2025 Comics Curing Cancer T-shirts in and wear them proudly. Like I said, let's just have everybody walking around wearing these things so everybody who doesn't have one looks out of place. And then they're going to want to jump onto the bandwagon. And incidentally, mine arrived today. Yes. Yeah, get the list started. All right. So getting back to this, yeah, I don't see this being worth $100. I'm sorry. This is limited to 200. It's a little bit less than the other 300s that we saw, but I'm sorry. It's not fantastic art. It's another Fan Expo / Comic-Con book that just won't hold value, in my opinion. And $100? Really? No, I'll pass on this one. I have no intention to hunt for this book. I don't see this book being more than 40. And I think there's another variant of this anyway. Well, there's one that's limited to 20. That's a foil. That's limited to 10. That's limited to 100 of the same type of artwork. Well, I like the Wizard of Oz one. All right, so there's no other real variants of this book that I'm aware of. Maybe it's at issue number 3 or something like that. So this art is only for Fan Expo. If it was something better, I'd say yeah, but I'm not crazy about it. It's like Momoko. Some of them hit me good, some of them don't. All right, next up, we've got The World to Come. Now, this one's not even out yet. This is coming out this Wednesday. Marvel Knights, The World to Come, surprise black and white. It's not a surprise if it's on the hot list already. So apparently there is a black and white version of this. Everybody check your stores, see if they happen to have one on the shelf and they didn't note it, put it there. I guess the normal cover looks like this. So there's a black and white one. No. How many different? Okay, so it's very distinguished. It looks just like this. If you see it, go ahead and grab it. Now it's pre-selling for, oh my god, $23. We don't even know how many there are. We don't even know if the story is any good. You know what? Let's just say it's the most amazing story, and they're very, very rare, and they shoot up to $500. At this point, I don't care. I'll just wipe that. Say that's a book I missed. I don't care, and I'll skip it. But I'm not going to search for this book at all. Too many crazy. It's Casada. I'll read the cover A and call it a day at that point. I'm not going to go chasing any more variants on this. I'm sorry. The Curse of Shirley Johnson. Speaking of variants, this is a 1 in 50. First appearance of Balafan, Crimson Seraph, and The Stranger. All right, so it would have been nice if the 1 in 50 was McFarlane instead of Otley. Now, nothing against Otley, but if you're in the Spawn universe, I think your moneymaker is going to be McFarlane. And he had a regular, it was a variant, but it was like cover B or something like that. Yeah. So, and even that's actually down. McFarlane's cover of this is down. The cover A is down. So the interest in this is not really there. So 1 in 50s are not going to be there either. Source bought this book. They knew it was the Spawn universe. They knew McFarlane had a cover. They bought enough copies to get this. Look, it's near mint plus on the 26th, 103. Yesterday for near mint, 100 for 95. Oh God, for a 1 in 50. I don't even see this being $50 in 6 months from now. No. It's a good cover, though. It is a good cover. Because it's got Spawn directly on it. And she's really looking like the Violator there. I got a copy of the McFarlane. I didn't read it. To be honest, I'm not that interested in it. I got it mainly for the cover. All right. Miles Morales, Spider-Man, issue 33, first appearance and cover of Powerlift. Philomilus, whatever, and Pyra. Are these just 3 more characters that are here from now? We're not going to remember who they are. Yeah, I think it's the 3rd week in a row this book has been on the list. See, it's trending down. Run me through Joan in here, and got the McFarlane cover and haven't read it. Also, okay, also got the McFarlane cover and haven't read it. Yeah, I got it just because I wanted to have the McFarlane cover, but there were other books I wanted to read first, and I just haven't made time. And I said, haven't made the time. I'm sure I could have if I was really that interested. It looks like there is going to be a second print Virgin variant of this book, a 1 in 25. Yuck. Again, it's another more first appearance of more characters. They just inundate us with endless streams of new characters where 1 out of 50 actually means something. But everybody is so worried about FOMO that they just quickly go and buy it and pay whatever. Now, Near Mint sold yesterday for 15. Near Mint Plus sold for 25. This is the cover A? No, that's the cover A. This is just like a cover B is all it is. Turin Clark's, yeah. No. Unless the characters are good. Did you already discuss the over 450 variant covers at Dallas Fan Expo? No, I discussed the ones that were on the hot list. And the simple truth is that these fan expos, these Comic Cons, they have their own variants. 999 out of 1,000 of them just do not hold value. There's way too many to begin with, and B, a lot of them just, unless you're there and you want to buy it. The best one ever was probably the negative space variant, the yellow Wolverine from C2E2, and even that's down. So historically, if it's a Comic-Con book, don't buy it. Wait for it to come down if you really like it. Check it in 6 months. Chances are you won't like it anymore, or you won't care. It's just like this book. Give it 3 months. This book's going to be down. All right, next up, Superman: A Friendship Unleashed. This is the Milk Bone giveaway. It looks just like this. And Robert Monroe got a couple of these, I think. They'll eventually learn not to chase every new character or issue number 1. No, unfortunately, I think what actually happens is people get so frustrated and burnt, they leave. The newer people, they start chasing, they get burnt, they get frustrated, they leave the hobby. New people come in, and it's a whole fresh new wave of high school freshmen to chase after stuff. And we learned, but there's still people that will drive it up and kind of skew the market for us in the long run. Now, Robert Monroe, you picked up 2 of these boxes of treats of milk bones, the Superman from Chewy.com at a really, really good price, and got them really quick. And I sent you a message and asked, was it just the biscuits, or did you also get the comics? I did not get a response. I want to know, at that wonderful price that you got it at Chewy.com, did the comic book come with it, or was it just the biscuits? You got to tell us, man. We got to know. Run me through, and they re-released that Negative Space Wolverine cover recently. Yes. So I was able to get a copy of this because even though Milkbone ran out, they, I guess, found some more in the back room, and they put them back up on their website. But it was limited 1 per person, and I think it was like $8 or $7 a box that came with the comic, but it was like $12 in shipping. And what I really didn't like was they took a cardboard box, they dropped the biscuit box in, they dropped the comic directly into the box with no bag, no board, shoved a piece of paper on it, and just sent it on its way. So this thing was just rattling around inside with no bag, no board, no protection. One corner did take a non-color break dink, which I'm pretty sure I can press out. I'm very surprised that this book did not look a lot worse when it got here. But it's made out of some pretty hardy stock. So bottom line, though, is $50. Near Mint Plus, $50 on the 27th. Yesterday, a Near Mint regular selling for $50. Very fine, selling for $40. Yeah, this book is going to come down, and Robert still hasn't answered me. If they have other sources where you can get these books for $3.99, this book is going to really, really drop down. It reminds me back in like 93, whatever year it was that Shaquille O'Neal was a rookie. Classic Cards had a set of rookies that was available through McDonald's, and you could get like 1 pack when you bought a Happy Meal or something like that, and limit 1 per person per visit. So me and my friends, we hopped in my car, and we were in Queens, New York, and we must have hit like 15 McDonald's. And I was buying every time we get there. I bought everybody a Happy Meal. I paid for everything. I didn't care. I wanted the basketball cards. You guys just keep eating cheeseburgers. We were so full. We didn't want to look at hamburgers and fries anymore by morning. We did an all-nighter, just driving around in my stupid ass station wagon. But those cards, they shot up real fast in price until people realized just how many there were, and then they dropped back down. So I think this is gonna do the same exact thing. But if they're shipping these things and they're getting damaged, this is going to be a very condition sensitive book. So if you find a decent price, and by decent, I mean a Near Mint for like $35, and you think that you have a chance at a 9.8, which I do not think I have with mine, I don't think it's a crazy idea to pull the trigger on this. I would try to fast track it and get it back here before the summertime so you can sell it when Superman is out. I wouldn't hold it past the movie, because I think at that point After the movie's gone, all interest in crypto will be gone, and this book will also go down. All right, next up, we have Web of Spider-Man, issue number 36, the first appearance of Tombstone from 1988. And this is a direct edition that they have here. Trending up a little bit. We have 9.8 selling for 316. Just secondary character. I wouldn't call him an A class. He's a B class villain. 316 is a bit on the high side for me. Near mint just sold for 41. I'd be looking for a near mint and clean press and send it in instead of spending 316 on a 9.8. You get 3 near mints for 120, send them in for a pre-screen. I think that would be a better way to go. In 2021, this book sold for 565. So 316 it's a lot down, but it's still, I think it's higher, it's overpriced for it. Now he was in the Spider-Man animated series that was on Disney Plus. But yeah, no, everybody was collecting these books at this time, bagging and boarding. $316. No, I don't think it's worth it. You know, everybody had these books and they were taking care of them at this point, so it shouldn't be that hard to find high quality ones. All right, Pinapocalypse. I think I'm starting to get the hang of that. Sveta Shabina's 1 in 25 from Massive Comics. I like it. And yeah, I know you like her. I know you like it. No, I like that. I like that artwork. The skates look a little funky. Her face looks good. I like that look on her face. So, what do we got for price? This is Pinapocalypse, issue number 3, 1 in 25 from Massive Comics. How many stores bought 25 copies of Pinapocalypse number 3 to get a copy of this? Probably not too many. 144 for a raw 2 days ago. Highest known value 170. No, yeah. Oh yeah. 144. I think this keeps value. I think this keeps value. I don't know if it's going to go up much more, but I think this keeps value. It might drop a little, but I don't think it's going to go below 100. I don't think it's going to go. No, I don't think it's going to go up, but I think it's going to stay somewhere around the 125, 130 mark. So keeping value is 144. It's still, yeah. I don't think it's one of those ones that's going to drop down to 25, 30 bucks. It's a very easy to distinguish cover, so it's not like it's going to get lost on somebody else's wall if they have it for sale. People are going to see it from a distance and go, "Oh, I know what that is." You know, kind of like the Pop Kills. And I like that artwork. She did good. I like that color, the color of the background too. So I think it's going to come down a little bit, but overall not too much. Now, Sveta Shabina also has the very next book on here, the Detective Kaiju, issue number 1, another 1 in 25. Yeah, I like her artwork. She picks a really good contrasting black color, and I like her facial detail. The looks on the faces are really good. Yes, I know there's other things to look at. I'm not saying no to that. But I picked that up. Yum. No, absolutely yum, but still drawn well. Yeah, her face. No, seriously. Yes, I'm not going to lie. She's got some really nice curves, but the look in her eyes, the look on her face, it's, you know, I think it's really easy for a lot of these guys to draw just curves, but to get a certain look of allure in the face, it just kind of makes me think of some of the art from like the original heavy metal stuff, you know? I like it. They also just switched distributors from Diamond to Lunar, so store ordering was confused. Hello, nurse. No kidding. Yeah, no, what's this one going for here? 230? Ouch. But it is at issue number 1, 1 in 25. Ouch. Uh, two big hitters on the same week, right? Because that was the 28th. Oh, and that was the 28th. I think for the money, I'd rather go for this one. But damn, that does look good too. You make a nice little um, wall display of trying to find out all her art. And if she's a newer artist, you know she's going to be on the circuit to try to promote her work, especially with the massive booth. To get a sketch or a nice autograph on this with these solid colored backgrounds really would look nice. I was referencing the previous book. Oh, no, yeah. No, and I was also saying that if you look at her face on this, the facial details on this are very alluring. I mean, if you just seriously cover up everything on the screen and just look at her face, it's still got that get your butt into the bedroom look. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have to see the rest of her body to know. Anyway, there's too many variables here for me to say they just arbitrarily drop in price. Ah, I don't know. I will definitely try to keep an eye out and get a bargain on it, but I don't know if I'm willing to pay top dollar $230 on this book. Um, I'd be willing to go for like 130 on this. And since this is a number one, maybe 175. I guess, you know what? If I miss it, I miss it. You know, but there's other books I'd rather have before that. All right, next up on the list, Exquisite Corpses, the Secret Foil. Now we got that secret black and white coming up from Marvel. You saw what's going on with that. This one just keeps going up. And again, I don't have any idea how many there are of this. It's a secret. There have been secret books in the past. One of the biggest ones that pops into my head was the Department of Truth issue number 1 secret variant, which had Lee Harvey Oswald on it. Turned out to be roughly a 1 in 10 ratio. I don't know what the ratio is on this. I think people are buying this because they're afraid of missing it. But if you look at the cover A, it's not moving. So story wise, again, this is just people. It hasn't gone down, hasn't gone up. There's a ton of covers. Those are all issue number 1 covers. Way too many. 9.8 pre-sold in May for $140. Now the raws are going for close to that price. And I just don't see him holding it. If the storyline is not that great, I'm just tired of variants. So I'm going to just say, please avoid it. And that is actually in the number 1 spot this week. Oh my goodness. All right. So what I have to do now is I have to pick a boom and a bust from this week's list. And since I actually got here 10 minutes in advance for a change, and if Greg happens to be watching, he probably is like rolling his eyes like, yeah, 10 minutes. Usually it's like 1 second before the thing goes live. It's like, again, Greg, if you happen to be watching this, man, I'm sorry for all the times I did it to you. But I've already actually picked my boom and my bust. So I'm going to start with my bust, a book that I think is going to drop almost guaranteed. And I don't want it to because I have one. But I'm pretty sure that the Milkbone Friendship Unleashed is going to drop. Because we don't even know how many people are still getting these things. I think you can still get them from Milkbone. We don't even know how many they printed and how much interest is there really going to be, not only for the people that haven't bought this book yet, but after the movies comes and goes, are people really going to care about a dog biscuit book? It kind of, it just kind of makes me think about the books that they give away at the movie theater on opening day. Everybody wants those and then nobody does. So I just think that this is really going to drop down, wind up being a $5, $10 book, maybe. I don't think $50 is what is going to cut it. I got it because I just wanted to have a copy of it. At the same time, my dogs are going to get the biscuits, so it wasn't like a terrible loss. And my boom, the one that I think has the best chance to go up, and this was a very close one for me, and I'll explain. Um, the one that I almost picked is New Mutants number 98. And because it has, like I said, dropped down below 900, 885. But the reason I didn't pick this is I think it has a chance to go a little bit lower and actually get down to like the 840, 850 range before it starts going back up. So I would like to try to see if I can pull off a miracle on that. One that I think that right now is at its pretty well low part, provided we get those cameos or those pictures or those um, sneak set photos out. That's going to be your Omega Man issue number 3, first appearance of Lobo. 9.8 is now at 279. Again, this was well over 400 a few months ago. Near Mint Raw is going for 85. First appearance of Lobo, Jason Momoa, filming right now for next year. So again, if Superman's good, if set photos release, if there's any kind of a cameo in the Superman movie, this book starts shooting up this year. So early. All right. So that is where I sit, whatever you want to say, while I contemplate making another list, adding another 5 names. Thank you, Rob. Can I just do like a straight donation and we just do that? Like a super chats or something? Jeez. Yeah, guys, if you want to get a copy of that Omega Man and you miss it right now, just don't forget Comics Curing Cancer. I'm sending one of these in 9.8. So it's going to be there. We at Team Ohana, we try to get some books over there, but we always try to have one that everybody is interested in. Last year was Ultimate Fallout number 4. The year before that was a nice copy of Captain America 100. So this year we're going with the Omega Man plus other books, of course. But great auction, great cause, and tax write-off too. I mean, come on, man. Can't get any better than that. And you're saving lives. You are a hero at that time. So like, subscribe, click on those notifications, drop those comments down below. I want to hear what books you think are going to go up, what books you thought are definitely going to go down, and what book have you seen selling a lot that should have been on this list that you feel like, where was this? I thought this was going to be on the list. Guys, I will see you on Wednesdays for a new comic book day. Really cool giveaway going on this week. As always, nothing like Rob's Fat Stacks. I can't wait to show those books off when they arrive. And yeah, that's about it. I will see you guys in the next video. And until I do, mahalo.